going back to Aimee Allen. Aimee, you were finishing up talking about how you get punished for getting outside the left or right paradigm. In fact, you get punished some if you're seen as a conservative in a liberal-controlled media, which really isn't liberal at all. That's a facade. But you really get punished if you're outside of that box altogether, though that is starting to change. And more and more people I know in entertainment, in music, in Hollywood are really rebelling against it themselves. And the system is getting shutters. And the whole Hollywood system itself is in crisis. And the old mainline media is in crisis, being caught in so many lies and distortions and spin, and their readership and viewership plunging. So there is a revolution, not just in the content of the media, but in its delivery and in its true diversity. And that's why they're moving to try to shut down and curtail the web.
Well, I think that what's really interesting and what nobody talks about, and I've just continually speak out about it, but in Hollywood, in West Hollywood specifically, in the gay community, there is a big movement for Ron Paul. And you just don't see it in any of the media. They just say, that the gay community is for Barack Obama, for Hillary Clinton. But this is not the case, not true. There's a huge gay community in Hollywood that wants their freedom, wants their liberties, wants the government to stay out of their business, and it's not being represented. And the Ron Paul music video, everyone from the lights to the camera to the wardrobe to everything, the entire production was all volunteered by the gay community. And they really fought hard, and they really, they're the ones that pushed me into doing it. I mean, they're the ones that got me involved and started telling me, all this stuff about Ron Paul and about, just got me really aware of what was happening.
And then we saw the distortion in the media that he hates those people, which again...
Oh, absolutely. It was just so frustrating. Even to them, they're like, that's not true. It's absolutely not true.
Well... that's just how the media operates. They want to divide everybody so they can more easily control us.
Absolutely.
But I mean, your point about making sacrifices to do what you're doing, you're absolutely right. But also at the same time, some people in the liberty movement, they want to behave like if we do become successful, or if we are able to fund ourselves, that somehow is wrong, that we should be living under a bridge somewhere and broadcasting over tin cans with a piece of string. No, we need to become the establishment. We need to take over the government. We need to act like we're winners and behave like we're winners, because then we can win. I mean, I've had so much success just because I know the enemy's not invincible. I know we can defeat legislation at the state and federal level. I know if we get the people rallied, we can do it. And so we've had massive success, and some people in our own movement say, oh, Alex Jones, he's a sellout. He's been able to actually get stuff done. No, we are not powerless.
Yeah,
and that's what's so exciting about you, Aimee.
Well, yeah, and the fact that I try and tell artists all the time, they can be independent, they can start their own record companies, because the more artists start their own record companies and start their own and be independent of the major labels, then we can actually get, we can have a movement of people with free thought and a free voice to say what they want, because you just don't have any freedom when you're a slave.
Exactly. The military says over and over again that the biggest battlefield is the mind, and it is. The real revolution is in music, is in news and information, is in art, in films, and that's the revolution that they're most scared of, not this one-dimensional, let's have a physical shootout with the police. No, let's take over the country with our ideas. And we already have turned that corner where Congress has a 9% approval rating, the mainstream media has about a 15% approval rating, and the alternative media has got like a 65% approval rating. We are kicking their butts.